Wait, sorry, Anthony, but I'm pretty sure. Come on, let me answer directly this question with Lewis Morgan. So Lewis Morgan is questionable. He trained very well the last 2 days, and but we have to decide for tomorrow if it makes sense, or on Wednesday or against Atlanta. Sergio Ngoma is in. Then then we have the situation with the yellow cards. Noah Eile and Jean Niels, they are out. In that case, it's clear Tim Parker and Huck will play. Dylan Niels is out. Sergio Ngoma is in. That's clear in our roster. Yeah, that's it. So now the press conference is done, I think.
Coach, can you give me a breakdown on all the players that are injured or maybe out? Just kidding.
Yeah.
I actually wanted to ask you about DC United. Last game, it didn't go the way that you wanted. Is there anything about the style of their play that you're looking to adjust to now that you're going down to DC?
Yeah, we analyzed especially the last games of DC United, and of course our first game against them in at the beginning of the season. And it's a clear style of play. They are very aggressive in their behavior, very aggressive, clear direction to the goal. Second ball, good behavior. Then a lot of switches from the right side to the left side, and then they have these crosses, cutbacks. So I would expect a very intensive game tomorrow, and that's it.
Next, we go to Mark.
Coach, it's now week 3, right, of playing every 3 days, more or less. How I understand this is what you do for a living, but it must get incredibly challenging to simply have to pivot with no rest, and important players hurt or suspended. Talk to us about the biggest challenge you face. I mean, the opponents are one thing, but 120 minutes 2 nights ago, and now we go again. I mean, it seems like a lot.
Yeah, I agree, Mark. But the same situation it's also for DC United. They played as well the last Wednesday, 2 days ago, 120 minutes. So similar situation, and of course we have to handle the load of the players, especially now it's the third week with midweek games, Saturday games. So it's clear that we don't have the same starting lineup tomorrow when we compare to the game on Wednesday against Dallas. We will have some changes, but we have to look which changes do we need, and then to make the last decision tomorrow. But of course it's not now that we have time in our principles, in our time training, in our training session, because you don't have the time. You use only the time for training session now in a technical point, some individual points, but not now with the highest load in your team tactical and your principles. But we have to prepare in our video sessions the next game. This is what we are doing today and tomorrow, and then to be ready against DC United.
We'll go back to Anthony.
Coach, the team showed a tremendous amount of perseverance in the Dallas game, and that's a rotated squad. So you've seen so many players show the same kind of grit game in and game out. How proud are you of your team in that they were able to fight back in that game, considering everything that's happened over the last few weeks?
Yeah, it's great. It's great that we got this feeling last Wednesday, and it's not only the result; it's more the way how we got the result. That's very important, and I said this directly in our press conference. That's for me the main message, that we are able to come back, and especially the face. What we want to show is especially on the road. That's now the topic for tomorrow, and against a good team, against an aggressive team. But it's good to see that the players from last Wednesday was in a good spot, and for this mentality to come back.
Everyone, I don't see any more hands for Coach. Do we have any more questions for him? Go back to Mark.
Coach, can you talk about the extra dimension that getting a player back like Goma does for you, especially at a time when so many players are obviously dealing with fatigue?
Yeah, it's he started very good individual sessions last couple of weeks, and now he made it very well. Similar to Luis Morgan in our team training session with a small group. It was because of our load after the games was more small group in our training session, and he did it very well. And with his skills, with his quality, especially with his speed, it's also a very important player for us with deep runs to be very aggressive in the box, able to score as well. Serge Goma. So what I can say is he's in, and yeah, similar situation like Luis Morgan.
Go back to Anthony.
Coach Emil Forsberg has been so important to this club, coming off the bench in the last game, scoring the equalizer. What is he doing off the field with some of the players to help essentially create that mindset of never give up?
Yeah, he feels the responsibility for the whole group. He feels the responsibility for the whole group off the field, in conversations, and also to help the guys in the locker room and before the game, before the training session starts, after the game, to talk about his feeling, his opinion with the players, with all his teammates, and that's very important. And it's not that they are only the other guys, the whole team, not that they are only listening my words, and so you need also, because I don't want to be every time in our locker room, and this is more the space for our players, and but then it's necessary that they hear different voices from our experienced players, but the same opinion like I have then from the game.
Next we go to Christian.
Good afternoon, Coach. Just wanted to ask you two quick things. You mentioned a lot at the beginning of the press conference, but just your thoughts on getting Philadelphia Union in the quarterfinals of the U.S. Open Cup, and then also just how you're managing Choupo-Moting's minutes. Like some of the colleagues mentioned, they're playing a lot of games, a lot of time. Just what are your plans? Probably going with Victor Bogais again, or Choupo starting?
Yeah, that's the question. If Victor is starting again, or Choupo is able to play after he played also 60 minutes on Wednesday because of the extra time, and we have Julian Hall as well as a striker. I would say Serge Goma, Luis Morgan, more these candidates to come from the bench. And this is what we have to handle. The last decision is tomorrow morning in our meeting. And Philadelphia Union, great. It's a great opportunity to show our face in a US Open Cup, and I think that we are playing in this is a Philly week, so we are playing Wednesday in Philly US Open Cup, then on Saturday also on the road in the league. So it will be a Philly week after our San Jose game on the road. It's tough, but now is the main focus for sure the next games in the MLS, but then to be ready, because it's US Open Cup, then this competition, then you have to be ready in this Philly week on Wednesday and Saturday.